What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to World of Warships, where we are going to be taking a look excuse me, at another replay, again submitted by a first-time replay submitter. This is Keegan in his Tier 8 Mogami, the Japanese cruiser. As you can see, it is equipped with the 6-inch guns, so he's got 15 of the little buggers, rather than swapping out for the 10 8-inch. Not sure if maybe he hasn't unlocked them, or if he just prefers the smaller gun, which I know a lot of people did. But anyways, he's on Land of Fire, and it's a fairly decent matchup for him. His team's pretty much got the advantage. They've got 2 Tier 8 battleships, Tier 8 Mogami, and then 2 Tier 8 destroyers, the 2 Fubukis. The enemy teams only got one Amagi. They don't have a Tier 8 cruiser. So things are looking pretty good for Keegan's team. You can already see skirmishes starting, and there is an enemy cruiser that is about to get within range. But in my video yesterday, the Turpits video, I mentioned that today I wanted to have something new and special and interesting. That I was just finishing downloading. My internet let me down, as it always does. If I ever dare utter the words, there's only X amount remaining. Takes the lead, another replay bug there. Cleveland. And he finds his mark with 4 shells, sets him on fire, and does nearly 2,000 damage. There was only 6.5 gigs to download while I uploaded that Turpits video. And unfortunately, when I got onto my computer, it had only done about 4 of them. So I'm recording this now. It's fairly early, 10:30 in the morning on Thursday. I should still obviously be able to finish that download, and hopefully I can still do that video. If I do, and again, looks like the replay systems are being really weird. I don't know why they're doing that all of a sudden. But takes the lead, unfortunately gives a little bit too much lead, and now the Cleveland is going to open fire. But we've got just as many guns, similar reload. 5 hits, sets him on fire twice. That's going to hurt, because he would have put the initial fire out, so he's going to have to let that burn for a little while. Third fire. Wow. That guy's health is going to evaporate. Fires one more sneaky shot before the mountain gets in the way, and now we have a Benson at 6 kilometers. This guy really should have tried to vacate the area when he saw a Mogami. 5 hits, does some damage, 2 incapacitations, just going to continue pouring fire just over this little island and putting the hurt on him. But yeah, so I'm basically recording this in case I don't get a video, and unfortunately just smacking into the island. If I do, I'll upload both of them tonight, and you guys will get 2 videos on Friday when you're watching this. Just watching this Benson, what's he going to do? And unfortunately, shells just do not have the arc. His destroyer is right up against the island, but he is taking fire from the other side, so he can't really do a whole lot. But now we've managed to find a break in the island. Fire off another salvo. Another good hits, about 3,000 damage there. Another incapacitation. This guy's so screwed. Another, and there we go, there he's down. Fortunately, Keegan doesn't get the kill, but he did do most of the damage. So I imagine he is now going to move into C and capture the C point. Detects it again. There's the Cleveland. And managing to dodge most of the Cleveland's shells. I don't think took any damage anyway. Lands a couple of hits himself. Just going to start capturing the C point. But then other big news from the gaming industry. Yesterday, for me, 2 days ago for you guys, Wednesday, Oculus Rift went available for pre-order. Curious and know what you guys think about that, because I think a lot of people, myself included, were slightly shocked by the pre-order price of 600 American dollars. You know, they've been saying for a long time that they were aiming at the $350 ballpark figure, and they've now pretty much doubled it. 16 hit points remaining on the Cleveland, firing off another 3 guns. Hopefully, he just needs 1 hit and he'll finish him off. And there we go. 2 hits, finishes off and gets Arsonists. He was set on fire, so he did have to put that out. Unfortunately, being hit by the Cleveland reset the C cap, so he's just going to have to wait around and just finish that off. Unfortunately, the rest of his team hasn't captured A or B, so they're a little bit behind on points. But yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys think of this whole Oculus Rift price. I'm not too bothered about the price itself, because you know, it's a very, you're paying for 2 quite high resolution displays and all the head tracking and stuff. It's a very advanced piece of technology. First consumer versions are always expensive. Being an early adopter is never cheap. The only part, and this Benson is sitting still just out of range. The only thing about the price that annoys me is the fact that they had kind of made it known or implied that it was going to be cheaper. And I mean, I understand things change and costs go up, but you know, probably would have been better if they hadn't said anything at all then, especially when you now end up pretty much doubling the price your customers had been expecting. But at the end of the day, whether it's $600 or $350, it doesn't matter, because I couldn't afford it anyway right now. And not to mention the fact that I would actually have to upgrade my computer in order to run it properly, at least. I mean, they say you need a GTX 970. They say it's the requirement. I mean, I've got a 770. Not that much worse, but yeah, I don't think what I have would run it effectively. So that would also need to be upgraded before I could really take the plunge into virtual reality, which I've been waiting for ages, so it's a little bit shitty. But anyways, next target, Aoba at less than 10 kilometers. He has switched over to armor piercing. That salvo was still the high explosive he had in the chamber, so it does set him on fire. And they have a massive advantage over the Aoba here. More guns, faster rate of fire. Unfortunately, only a single hit. And now the Aoba is going to very generously run himself aground. 4 hits, 2,000 damage. Just 10,700 hit points remaining. Aoba is firing high explosives, so he's just set us on fire. Keegan has also switched over to his high explosive. And this is a situation where he'd probably have an easier time getting a Citadel if he was running the 10 8-inch guns. I'm going to fire off some torpedoes. I'm not sure it's really necessary, considering he's on 600 health and on fire. But perhaps he was actually aiming at that Pensacola that's coming around the corner. Gets his second kill of the match. Pensacola's steaming around 6.5 kilometers. Where are these torpedoes going to find their mark? And there's one done. So very well played there. I actually hadn't noticed that Pensacola at the exact moment he fired his torpedo. So very well done there. 3rd kill. And this Benson is still just sitting there, trolling his team. But there we go. You can't sit that still in a destroyer for such a long time and expect to survive. So he's now moving towards his Colorado. There's some torpedoes coming in. Colorado is going to dodge them like a boss. A true torpedo dodge in the finest Predator 458 style there. Just missing one with the booty of his ship. And they've now started to capture B. Nagato at 17 kilometers. About two and a bit kilometers out of range right now. Things are fairly even. They have 4 battleships, unfortunately, but Keegan's team, 2 battleships, a cruiser, and 2 destroyers. So it's difficult. 4 battleships is never something you want to see on the enemy team when you only have 2 left. But I mean, destroyers are exceptionally good at wrecking battleship faces, so hopefully they will get in on the action. And with Keegan firing high explosive, he can really try and help out his Colorado, set this Nagato on fire repeatedly, which he's already got at least 1 going. Shells going in, also looking pretty good. Some more damage just slowly chipping away. No doubt annoying going swimming as well. Here we go, there's another fire. Fortunately, it looks like some of his guns hitting this little island in front of him. Tries his luck with another salvo, but unfortunately they all smash into the rocks. Here we got a Fubuki as well, who's in the immediate area, attempting to assist. Here comes an enemy Colorado. So now this is quite a dangerous place for a cruiser to be. 10 kilometers away from a Nagato, not that much further away is a Colorado. But we've got to try and keep this battleship alive. We've got to try and make sure we don't lose any more ships. Very nice torpedo salvo by that Fubuki. Nagato landed up, turning straight into them. So 3 remain. This Colorado directly in front of us, and unfortunately they've just lost Runa B, who was their Amagi. So they've just lost their top tier battleship. All they've got left now is their Colorado, as well as the 2 destroyers and Keegan in his Mogami. Thankfully, Colorado has more important things to pay attention to right now, so Keegan doesn't have to worry too much about taking return fire. And this Colorado should go down. A massive hit from their allied battleship, taking him down to 14,000 hit points, but he is repairing his hit pool. But they are pretty much able to remove hit points as fast as he is able to recover them. No fires though, this one's being resilient, refusing to burn. But we'll get there, and there we go, there's a fire. Down to 1200, 900. He's going to finish him off with this salvo. Indeed he is, that is his 4th kill of the match. So, 2 enemy ships remaining, which are Amagi and another Colorado, and those are at the A area. So 4 versus 2, but as you can see, his Colorado is on very low health, 5,600 hit points remaining. Enemy Colorado, don't pray for me, pretty much on full health, 44,000 hit points remaining. And Amagi, not sure exactly where he is right now, but I'm sure we will find him soon enough. And there we go. Savage Lotus Sniper, 33,800 hit points at 15 kilometers. A bit of a stutter there. Five minutes remaining. I imagine if things stay exactly as they are, Keegan's team might just pull a win, because they do now have 2 capture points. They are going to be closing down that points gap. But who wants to spend the next 5 minutes sailing around in circles? And there we go. The Amagi has finished off the Colorado. So now they definitely have to sink these ships, because their team obviously lost points and the enemy team gained points with the destruction of their last remaining battleship. 2 versus 3, those destroyers need to get in on the action. He's able to now sit behind this island and take shots at the Colorado without being detected, but as I say that, he is detected by the presumably a spotter aircraft of some form. He is going to have to get moving soon, but there he is, unspotted now, and he can at the moment just sit and fire over this mountain. Gets himself Confederate, so that's Arsonist and Confederate already. He can just keep firing at this poor Colorado. Hit and take out his 2 rear turrets, incapacitate them briefly. So was that guy firing high explosive? Ah. Battleship drivers, don't fire high explosive. Fires are burning, less than 3,000 hit points remaining on Don't Pray For Me. Looks like he will... There we go. And that gets him Kraken Unleashed. And that brings him straight back into the game, because now obviously the enemy team lost points while his team gained points. There's now 25 points difference between them, and it's 3 versus 1. Just trying to get outside of detection range from the Omagi. 2 minutes remaining, so I doubt we're going to be able to get him, and it's probably smarter to actually leave that guy, let the destroyers go and capture A and finish with a win. And that was pretty much exactly what they did. Attacking the Omagi would have just risked the match, so the destroyers took some stabs at him in the closing stages, but they just left him and won by points. So as for the results, 268,000 credits, 4,500 research, 2,200 free research, which is quite nice. He got Arsonist, High Caliber, Confederate, and Kraken Unleashed, getting himself 232 target hits, 1 torpedo hit, 6 incapacitations, 5 kills, 15 fires, caused flooding once, captured a base once, and completed Wind at Your Back and Filling Your Port. As for where he came on the team, again, little surprise that he came first place with base experience of 2,622. Second place was the Colorado with 1866. On the enemy team, Hatsuharu with 1,500 base XP. Damage done, 2,624 armor piercing damage, 108,000 from high explosive, 43,400 from fires, and 468 from torpedo hits. So that's what, call it 160k odd game. Very well done. And actually, it turns out Keegan is a fellow South African. So thank you very much for sending this in. Hope you enjoy seeing it on YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as well. But yeah, that is about it for this video. If you have an epic, awesome replay, check the description down below for the email address to send it to, as well as the screenshots of the various results pages. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing for more World of Warships content, as well as Armored Warfare and excuse me, a few other things that are thrown to the mix from time to time. But yeah, that is it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.